Hi everyone, it's Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com and PickDawgz.com, and it is Monday, May the 4th, 2020, and of course, Monday means Mondays with Mitch. At least that's what we're doing here during our little hiatus while there is no sports. It's the unplanned hiatus and the unwanted hiatus as well. But that is what it is, and of course we know that, but not a lot we can do about it. But in the meantime, we're going to make the best of it, and that's exactly what we always do. And it's we're hoping that sports will be back soon. I wish I had some kind of inside information on when that was going to be, but unfortunately I don't. But what we've been doing is we've just been going through the motions here of continuing on with our live show. I know it's not nearly, we don't have the picks, right? And that's what you guys always tune in for, is our picks. And man, we were just on fire before the stoppage happened. And, been on fire for 13 years, so who are kidding? But yeah, actually, so Devin, if you look at sportschatplace.com, and if you look at if you go to sportschatplace.com, our website, we have picks on all of the Madden sim games across the various different sports books there. I know that Bovada and Bet Online are both running Madden sim games. We have picks on all of those games. Personally, I don't bet them, so you ask the same question again. I'm answering it. We have picks on those games over at sportschatplace.com. You can go over there, and if you go to the NFL section, is what they're under. We have a few of them on the front page of the site, but if you go to the NFL section, that's there. Yeah, doing the videos has been I've done for a long time. So it's not like, just get into video because of this. First I started doing YouTube videos when I first started my very first site, College Football Place. I was the first one to do sports betting fiction videos out there. There was a sort of thing that Jim Weiss did before me. Certainly give him all the credit in the world for that. But when it came to doing daily video predictions, I was the first one to do it. When it came to live streaming, I was the first one to do that too. Other people do live streaming shows out there. You guys have a lot of options. We appreciate that you guys keep me in the rotation, and of course the Puck Dogs and Steve Monahan, who've come along just in the last 6 months or so. But and that brings me to what we're doing now. And what we're doing now is we're working on making ourselves better. Yeah, it hasn't been a better show. I'll be the first to admit it, because the information, the content, the most important thing, right? It's like, yeah, we could have lights, and I could have some cool bobbleheads and pet my Mickey Mouse Pez dispenser from when I was a kid in my background, and my Grateful Dead Bears and Jerry Garcia and McCain's and classic pennants, whatever. We can have all this stuff on a set, but really, what you guys have tuned in throughout the years at Sports Chat Place and at Pick Dawgz is our picks, right? This is what we do. That's our content. So without our bread and butter, we're just kind of going through the motions and doing the best that we can do. But at the same time, we're working on things behind the scenes that make our content better. So hopefully what you guys will see is that we have that. What is the website called? Well, it's right here on my shirt. Sports Chat Place is one of our websites. Our other site is Pick Dawgz. So yeah. But if you're watching us on YouTube, there should be a link there. I miss Pick Dawgz too. I didn't realize that Don Shula passed away, but as you guys know, I grew up in Miami. A lot of you guys know. I grew up in Miami as a Dolphin fan, and as a kid. And really, the Dolphins and the Hurricanes are why I do what I do. And I grew up in the stands. And if you see behind me, I have my Kenyon Drake against the Patriots running it in for the touchdown right behind me. And I grew up, watching football. My love of sports came as we see it here. We're not a news show, and we had you up there, the RIP Don Shula, so you don't need to add it again. We know what RIP means, So, but basically, we are. There's a problem in my focus. See, these are all things that These are all things that are issues with the, on the tech side. All things that we're going to fix. So I'm out of focus here, and I don't know what that means. Spot focus. What we can do is we can flip to this. This making everything loud. Split to this camera for a second. Turn this guy off. Turn back on. See if that does it. That's about my tech expertise these days. You can see, a lot of things you can see from this angle that you can't see from the other angle. Let's see what happens now. See if I lose that. Yes, and I am back in focus. But anyways, I grew up in the Orange Bowl, watching the Dolphins. I was still a season ticket holder, even though I haven't been to a game in many, many, many years. So yeah, Don Shula, integral part of of my life, and it was amazing that we complained about not getting further in the playoffs and all these things, and then be careful what you wish for, right? It's like, look at what the Dolphins have been sitting without Don Shula. But certainly, he has that record for the most wins. I think Bill Belichick certainly has it in sight at this point. But I think that, Shula's record right up there with the great Tom Landry as well. These are the guys. So I'm just hearing that news for the first time. But it is what it is. All of our times happen. Let's just say Shula had a great run while he was here too. But I miss pick dogs as well. I miss picking games. I miss you guys ripping me for losing. I miss the guys that post their picks after the game in the Facebook group. I miss the whole thing. But it's like, what we're doing is we're just going to continue going, and while other people say they're going to come back bigger and better, we're letting you guys watch us progress as a show, as a website, as in everything we do. And you're going to see Rod and Chris and Steve, all their stuff is going to be upgraded as well. So really, really excited. I'm not quite sure that it's going to be on the level that what we're doing here, but at the same time, it's going to be a lot better than what we've seen in the past. So we're going to fix their sound, their lighting, all those things that kind of take away from the great picks and content that these guys deliver every single day. I mean, Rod is a superstar, at picking games, and Chris kind of has his own insight and his own way of doing things, and certainly compliments all of us. I think the thing with Chris is that he's not. I think Chris is like not afraid to take a big swing with an underdog. Quietly. He does it super quietly. But yeah, it's weird. My headphones I have these headphones, so for the show, I wear these headphones. They're like $10. They're less than $10. I got 2 pairs for $13 on eBay. They're called Me 6 headphones. They're clear, so generally when the guys are all on, I can hear them in the background, and they're not coming through my microphone at the same time. But on today's show, they're kind of like all over the place. It's weird because I'm not even listening to anything. So that makes it funny. But anyways, the Dolphins are releasing a plan for having fans at games. I'm less interested in that. More interested in the NFL canceling the London games and the Mexico games. At least they're still talking about that they're going to have games, right? That's the most important part, is that they're still continuing their plan that we're going to have games. I don't know where everybody else is in the country and in the world as far as the COVID thing goes, but here in Maui, we're in phase 2 of the life after. So right now, we had first, like everybody else, everybody was basically quarantined. You were allowed out to get food, a little bit of exercise, no congregating, no other activities really, except for you could surf. But on Friday of last week, they went to what they call phase 1, where golf courses are open and some non-essential businesses like the golf store, right? But you can't go into the golf store. But places like the cell phone store, places that you kind of do need, and then they're going to branch out and continue to slowly go. We're still doing social distancing. At the golf course, like around the clubhouse is not open. You can't pay with cash if you have to pay. Some of us pay ahead, for the year. But basically, if you're a guest and you have to pay, you have to do it online with credit card. So they're not like accepting cash or anything. You have to put your own clubs in the cart, which I don't have a problem with doing anyway. And some of the other little things like that. But we are playing golf, and it's one person per cart, or you can walk. So that's all part of phase one. But all these things are steps in the right direction. There's other states that are doing it too. Some of them are a lot more full-blown than what we're doing here. And I think as we start to see over the next week or so how this progresses in these places that have gone to this phase one and phase two, we're going to see that hopefully everything is good. And then we'll start to see these sports leagues make some determinations. The NHL taking bids, as to what they're going to do as far as with the NHL, like trying to figure out what they're going to do as far as continuing their season or how they're going to do it. They're taking bids, and the NBA too. Neither of these have given up, and I think baseball is ready to go too. So I think we're all ready for sports. Everyone is ready for sports, so we're going to see it sooner rather than later. As far as me, it's like what we're doing at the websites is I kind of have gone a little bit easy on our tech guys. They really did a hard push to get Pick Dawgz out the door. And then for Sports Chat Place, and we have a new premium area and things like that. But obviously, without games, we can do premium picks on UFC. We can do premium picks on NASCAR. We can do premium picks on golf. We can do all of those things. But even with UFC and stuff, there's not events until this coming weekend. So we'll have to see how that goes as well. But I think as people start to dip their toe in the water, more people are going to jump in the pool, and we're certainly going to be right there with them. We haven't, everyone on our staff, if you notice, at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place, everyone just keeps on writing. But anyways, I just like to check in with everyone. I don't have a ton to share with you guys today. I certainly wish I did, but I don't. Like I said, it's all about continuity, keeping things going forward. Next week on this show, we're going to do a studio tour of my new studio here. I think that I wanted to do it today, but what happened is that I'm just not ready for it. So, I'm just not ready to do it. So, I think I have some sound issues that I'm working on as far as my soundboard. You can see I'm still not using an external microphone. So that's why my sound quality is not the greatest. Some of these other things with the graphics that we're working on. So when football comes back and baseball and basketball and stuff, I don't like this scenario of a one and done. I don't think that that's fair to the athletes because super amounts of training that they're going to need. I think most of the guys stay in shape most of the time. Athletes these days, this is what they do. They're not like accountants in the off season like the old days, and lawyers in the off season, and they don't have off season jobs. It's like this is what these guys do. So they generally, most of them stay in pretty much game shape most of the time. But still, there is a training period that's going to have to go to play at that professional level against professional guys. You don't want to get injured, right? You don't want your players to get injured. But to do all that training and everything to get back into shape, because now it's been a month and a half and then some. And it's going to be at least 2.5 months before these guys have played. To do all that training to play possibly just one game doesn't make any sense at all. So I'd rather see more of the guys play. But anyways, that's just me. Anyways, this is Mitch. I enjoy spending my mornings with you guys every single day. I'll be back tomorrow with the Puck Dawgz and with Steve Bonahan. Hopefully we have some good news to share with everyone. But in the meantime, stay safe. Any questions, anything, any comments, anything you want to see on this show, hit me up, Mitch at pickdawgz.com or Mitch at Sports Chat Place. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow.